Hey, Happy New Year, Facebook and YouTube watchers. It is already the 6th, 7th. I've lost dates already. I just know it's Thursday.
Seven.
And I want to say welcome to those of you who have been watching us last year. Jenny Bolt and I, Vicky Midwood, are here to continue our What If series. And this is going to be a weekly event. We're going to show up around about sort of 1:45, 1:30, 1:45 every Thursday, folks. If you can tune in live, fantastic. If you do want to comment or ask any questions, you just need to click where it says we are using StreamYard so that we can actually see who is making any comments. And if you're not watching it live, we would love you to click some love hearts, give us some feedback, and just put #replay. So, Jenny, welcome. Happy New Year. Did you have a great Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yep, we're very fortunate where we were able to get together with the small group of bubble, as it were, family, and all good. And
Excellent.
Lots of interesting things, as you know, of course, have been ever changing since.
Well, yes, and here we are. It's kind of everybody was expecting New Year to be different to last year, and actually we kind of got more of the same, if not a little bit more challenging, shall we say. And so today we're talking about we're talking about embracing today. What if we could embrace today as a gift? Do you want to expand a little bit more on what we mean by the day being a gift, Jenny?
Yeah, absolutely. And each day is a gift. You know, just the very fact you wake up, and we forget this, we just take so much for granted. And I think what Vicky and I would love you to go away with today is an awareness of every minute is actually a gift to us. Not because we're necessarily going to fall off the edge of the world or catch COVID or anything like that at all. But it's about you recognizing the gift that you are and actually acknowledging what a gift it is to be around, to be able to make the choices you make and to be you rather than listening to what other people are telling you. And we were just talking, weren't we, Vicky, about this. All the media and things are telling us we must do this, we must do that. So just when you hear that, be receptive, receive it, embrace it, as Vicky's saying. Embrace what they're saying, but let it go and be in question with it.
Right.
So what can I be? What can I contribute to me today that's going to create more ease in my life?
Absolutely. One thing that I always think about when I think about today as being a gift is a saying some of you may be familiar with, and Jenny, you might have heard this, you might not. I'm sure you have. It'll be on a meme somewhere in the ether of social channels. But it goes like this. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. And I think that sums up very nicely where a lot of us need to be, because when we start going into the future and start taking on board what we're hearing and getting scared and getting stressed, it's usually because we're projecting into the unknown and we're getting worried about stuff that's not even happened. If we can pull ourselves back into the present, into the day, into the moment, as you said, we can actually see the gift in what is available to us. Jenny, you've probably got some tips, some access tips that people can use to help them to stay in the present and just be able to notice what gifts are actually probably right in front of our noses.
Absolutely. And the first one is yourself, that we tend to just go along with, okay, well, that's it. We just expect ourselves. What if we didn't just expect ourselves? We were with ourselves.
Yeah.
And everything that people are saying, including Vicky and I now, is an interesting point of view. And that's not meant to be, oh, yeah, interesting point of view, you know, boring type of thing. Willing to receive it and let it go again, and then take out of it what works for you.
Crucial.
And if you're not sure, okay, what is it about this I'm not getting? What can I do here to create more ease with the situation that I've got?
Absolutely. And the thing is, most of us, if you're sat at home watching this, it means that you're in a home, which means you've got a roof over your head. We've got sunshine happening here. I don't know if you can see my face, but
Yep,
with nice
too.
weather, I can appreciate the fact that, okay, I cannot do certain things, but I can take time to do a lot of stuff for me. In this kind of enforced lockdown, we can either look at the difficulties, can't we? Or we can embrace the possibilities. And what we're saying is that within those possibilities, there are so many gifts. And getting to know you and how you feel and think truly is one of those. Because oftentimes we are so disconnected from our own selves.
Yes, and it's really easy that the media feed us so much, and people feed you so much, so you automatically, you're looking ahead all the time, as Vicky was saying, and you come to that expectation that that is actually what's going to happen, and you're in conclusion. When you've made a conclusion, you haven't got anywhere to go. Oh, that's how it's going to be. What if it isn't? And that's the question. What is going to work for me here?
Absolutely.
What is it I have, my surroundings, my, family? What is it that can do to create that ease?
And I think, and I'm sure, Jenny, you'll back this up, that if we can start to see the gifts in where we're at and what we already have, it makes us feel so much less stressed and much more calmer and able to put down those barriers of fear and anxiety that so many people talk about feeling at the moment. Shifting to, I'm not going to say an attitude of gratitude because it's such an overused cliche, but actually just noticing that what we already have often is all we need to allow us to enjoy being who we are right in this moment. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And it is about Access have this wonderful phrase for me. What if we live in 10-second increments? So the next 10 seconds. Okay, so you have 10 more seconds to live the rest of your life. What are you going to do? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Choose again. And if you do that each time, try and do it 20 times. That's quite an interesting one to do. We all start off thinking we'll be on a beach or we'll do abseil or whatever it is. But actually, this is about you living now, thriving, not surviving.
Yeah.
And living in 10-second increments is able to assist you with that, using the question assist you with that. So what possibilities for me are there today that's going to create more for me and my life, my family, whatever question you like to follow that with. But looking at different possibilities in 10-second increments. Okay, truth, is this not working? What can I do different?
Yeah.
So using the question takes you forward in each 10 seconds without coming to a conclusion and sticking you to, oh, that's how it's got to be. Oh, yes, I've got to do this because that's what's expected, etc.
And absolutely, when you come to a conclusion about things, it just automatically switches off any other options and possibilities. And that's what we do. We think about decisions, particularly, as being something that is definite and finite. And if you've made that decision, then that's it. You can't change it. You have to follow it through and you're stuck with it. And we all know that decisions are just literally within that moment and they can be changed at any time. And once you give yourself permission to know that that decision is just for now, not forever, then it feels so much easier to be able to go, okay, well, that was interesting. I decided that in that moment yesterday, but now it's today. Let me revisit that and ask some more questions. And asking the questions is the key. I love the fact that you start the question with a what and not a why. Because we oftentimes, and my clients do this so many times, is go, but why do I feel like this? And why is this happening? And why and why and why? Accept it is how it is. And let's look at how can I think differently, be different, do things differently. What do I need to think to help me to change how I feel? The how and the what are so much more important than the why. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. The what particularly because it opens up so much more. The why, you're looking for solutions. And the thing I love about the Access questions are they're never to put out there to have an answer.
Right.
So what they're doing is creating a different possibility.
Absolutely.
A different way of looking at something. And in this ever-changing world, and I mean, it is changing. And what if actually we all feel we're stuck? What if we're not actually stuck? The stuckness is actually creating an awareness and creating ways for us to look at our lives in a different way that we've not even had the time or be bothered to, because we're just busy in the treadmill of the everyday.
Yeah,
So what if this is a gift to us that we can embrace?
And I love the fact that you said, how about we can see things in a different way? I was having a conversation with one of my clients just before we got together. And I literally, by means of kind of, because I like visuals and practicals, but I was inviting her to do just that, to see things through new glasses. And I literally went, does it look different?
Yeah.
Because it changes my face. It changes how I look on screen. And I've got another pair as well somewhere else. I've got 4 different pairs of glasses here, because I know that if I can just see things slightly differently, I may just be able to see the gift in something that I wasn't able to see before. And that's what we're inviting people to do, isn't it?
Yes. And also, just coming into my head there, in your room, sit somewhere different. If you always sit, just even with the family, you can say, okay, let's all move around every 10 minutes or something, whatever. But you can sit, if you're working from home, as a lot of people are, what if you just change your position and you just work somewhere else for 10 minutes? You look at your different view. And that gives another perspective, because you see things, even in my room that I'm looking at now, I'm thinking, oh, I didn't realize that was there before. You really see things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you move again and you think, oh, actually. And
the beauty of doing that is it brings other things into your awareness, but it also allows you to change your energetic state.
Absolutely.
And this is something that both you and I are passionate about, because we are all just creatures of energy. And at this moment, globally, no one's quite sure what is going on with the energy of the world. So it's so important that we can look at ourselves and what just is the energy that we're surrounding ourselves with. Oftentimes, moving furniture around can change the whole feel or vibration of a room. And that is all energy is. It's vibrations, and we get high vibrations and we get low vibrations. A lot of people, because of all of these changes, are sitting with very low vibrations at the moment and feeling that it's a struggle. And when you're in that, it's very hard to see the gift in anything. But as something as simple as sitting in a different place, using a different notebook or a different pen, or using a different device, moving your furniture around, just allowing yourself to make some actual physical, practical changes can change that vibration that allows you then to be able to see things differently.
I also think, yeah, that's brilliant, Vicky. And when we're at home, as we're all supposed to be, you've got people around you. Maybe look at doing things differently with them too. Having a conversation, taking a break, especially if you're working from home or your kids are working as well. The children, my background's teaching. They're being asked, obviously, they're doing things online. My granddaughter's doing bits online now. But the expectation isn't for her to sit there from 9 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or whatever the timing is. They are being set to work. But one-to-one work is much more, you get through it quite quickly, but secondly, it's too much. You need to take breaks. So if they do even 20 minutes, half an hour, set the pinger, okay, everybody up, quick drink. You don't have to do anything, or you can watch something that's exercise. And maybe at lunchtime you can go out, eat somewhere different that you wouldn't normally do. But just creating a change is exactly what Vicky's saying. It is about the energy of it. Whereas if we sit down, I'll just stay here until this is finished. Blah, 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 whatever that is. Yeah. Listen to your body. Ask your body, okay, body, what would you like now?
And that, I think, we'll save that for a whole next little chat, because connection with our body, especially when we're under stress, is something that we kind of dismiss. And I think that deserves a whole other session, but we definitely need to change the vibration and move. And just, as you say, Do things differently with the people that you're with, because we can all fall into that familiarity trap. And I know, again, it's another cliche, I'm coming out with them today. Familiarity breeds contempt, and it does. We can start to notice things that really annoy us about our family. And when we're all cooped up together and we've got to stay in the same environment, we're not allowed to go out very much, we can find that things that didn't really bother us very much are suddenly, they're kind of highlighted and become bigger. So doing things differently, speaking differently, allowing yourself to notice the fact that, you know what, I'm very lucky that I have got my family here. And what gift can I take? What do they know? What can they help me with that I can receive? And what can I help them to receive that perhaps we've not done before? That allows endless possibilities and so many gifts for all of you.
Absolutely. And remember that if you've watched any of the other What Ifs before, one of the tools we gave you was actually imagine yourself into a glass cylinder or whatever, and you're pulling it down past your head, past your ears, and expanding out as you go. Expand out, expand out, expand out, all the way down through your body. And just breathe, expand out. Breathe, expand out beyond your room, beyond your town, beyond your country, your world, whatever it is, and just notice the difference in the ease that is around you.
Fantastic. I love that little exercise, because you can just almost visualize everything just coming down and you allowing yourself to just kind of go, ah, fantastic. We are living in a strange time for all of us, but there are so many gifts available to us today if we choose to see them. And I think that if you can take away anything from this, is that give yourself a little bit of space to notice what your body is telling you, and just embrace where you are right now, because today is a gift.
Absolutely. And what if you chose that just for you, just for fun, and don't tell anyone?
I love that. Just for you, just for fun, and don't tell anyone. Fantastic. What a lovely note to finish on there, Jenny. Jenny, if people want to know more about you, more about Access, how can they find you?
Access Consciousness have got a bit site, www.accessconsciousness.com. Got many tools free on there. You would also find profile of me on there in some place. I'm a Access Bars facilitator. Also LinkedIn and Facebook.
Fantastic, folks. And you can find me over on my Facebook page, Vicky Midwood, the Alcohol Addiction and Disordered Eating Eliminator. I'm also on LinkedIn as Vicky Midwood, and my website is vickymidwood.com. Guys, I hope you do have the rest of a wonderful day, and we will look forward to seeing you all next week. If this video has been helpful to you, please show us some love, show us some likes, share it with anybody who you may find or think will find it helpful to them, and we will see you very, very soon.